What's up, Rockstars? Today I have the pleasure of telling you all about the Feywood. We're going to be talking about some awesome miniature prints that we can do to do an entire D&D campaign or a tabletop setup or anything you might have in mind, even if it's just some scenery for some other war game or tabletop game or skirmish game or anything you want, or maybe you just want to paint some cool minis. We got that covered right now. I'll tell you all about it in just a moment. Now, as always, a huge shout out to my patrons and YouTube members. It is through their financial support that I'm able to bring you independent board game coverage. And that's because I take no money from any game developer, so that when I give you my opinion in a review, it is my honest opinion and not my wallet's opinion. I'd also like to thank our sponsor for today for this particular video by making it possible for me to post something dedicated to a project like this. That's My Mini Factory. So thank you for sponsoring this video so that I can tell you guys about this good deal. Now, I personally have already bought several of Mr. Lovecraft's campaigns, and they're really, really cool, and I can't wait to I'll tell you all about it. But seriously, when I saw that he was doing this, I was super excited about it anyway. And so when My Mini Factory reached out, I was like, yes, sure, please, I would love to show you guys how to run a good campaign, really. So let's go and just dive right into it. So I'm going to go ahead and just scroll down the page. We'll talk about the campaign just kind of in a natural way. I've already overlooked everything though, so I'll tell you guys about it and kind of what your options are, especially in pledges and stuff like that. But I do want to say right now that, so this launched on May 4th, Star Wars Day, and jumping into the pledges, there was an early first 48 backer pledge level. So if you are watching this the day I uploaded it to YouTube, then you need to go check it out in the link below in the description. Feel free to go and do that and go and save yourself some money. It's just, again, totally worth it, and it saves you money. So glad I could bring this to your attention so you could do that. If not, well, that's why you subscribe, right? So that you actually know when I upload videos, and I can save you maybe some money by showing you a project you weren't backing before. So, whatever, either way. Let's go and go through the actual thing now. So, first of all, there's a little intro here, and what he's talking about is Ian is really, really well known for doing a lot of really successful 3D print Kickstarters, and he's very community driven, just like this channel here. So he looks through the comments and always makes add-ons based off of what people suggest and talk about and stuff like that. You're going to see, I'm going to hop over to the comments here later on and show you, but the 321 already, which is a huge amount of interaction, and that's because people are actually discussing, hey, I'd like to see more of this, I'd like to see more of that. And you'll see that while we go through this as well. And he's talking about how My Mini Factory is actually working a lot with him. There's some benefits like instant delivery. So as they get done with some sculpts, you just get them during the campaign. One of the benefits of being on My Mini Factory over Kickstarter is you can do that seamlessly. It's all in the same thing. So you back it, and then, oh, look on your account, now you got more stuff unlocked because he'll just release them constantly. And that's how he releases the whole project, is as they get that, he doesn't wait until it's all done and then release it all at once. You'll get it as he makes it, and you'll get batches of it. And that's, I think, really cool, because printing takes a long time. So if we wait for him to make it all and then we have to print it all, well, then it's really, really late. So it's nice that he does that. Very, very cool. And I'm glad My Mini Factory is able to integrate so well, because their whole sole purpose is doing 3D prints. Okay. So they're going to have terrain and they're going to have miniatures. Some important things here: 4K model HD. It just means it's really well detailed, is all that's trying to say here. Models will either support themselves or they'll be pre-supported. That's nice here. They'll actually work on like miniature bases and stuff like that, where the bases will work on the terrain. In other words, it's meant to be used in a board game or a tabletop game or in some way with miniatures on it moving around, not just look pretty. This 180 millimeter terrain max size that they always try to go towards is really talking about the space your printer has. For something like an Ender or something like that, that's the most common kind of area to really try and make it easily printable so that you can just print it and be done and not have to do anything crazy or have 32 different parts to something or anything, crazy ridiculous like that. And then the standard 32 millimeter, which is right in between that 1575. So it can kind of work, anywhere, because again, digital files you can scale. So you can scale up to 75, you can scale down to 15 or kind of anywhere in between. And that should work out great for you. This is talking about express delivery. Again, as they make these, more will come out. You'll be able to download them and use them really early on. You don't have to wait for the campaign to finish. I think that's super cool. That's awesome. A little bit of a lore thing. You can skip that. Okay, core miniatures. So again, this is just core. We're not getting to stretch goals yet. We have Fey Amazons, and as you can see, super dynamic poses. You'll notice, she's touching it just with, the tip of her leg, and that's it. Otherwise, she is ready to stab something. I can tell you that much. I like her weapon, too, with the hook on one end and the spear on the other. And that blue hair is crazy. I don't know if Fays always have crazy colored hair and all this. She's got, bright orange. And again, just standing on her little feet there on just the top, the tip of it there. This person is really dynamic. They look very acrobatic, kind of Amazonian Fey people, right? They got these huge ears, by the way, really, really big ears, but I really like the poses. I think they're cool. This is the most ridiculous mini I think I've ever seen in my life, as she shoots an arrow with her feet, because why not do a handstand? Then we got the Fey Hunters here. These are kind of the dudes that go out and hunt, and you can see they got the normal kind of cloaks and feathers, and you'll see feathers everywhere. See, there's tufts here as well, and tufts here, and then the wood armor that they're wearing, and again with the big ears, and they'll have these braids, either in their hair or coming down, stuff like that. Again, I think they look really cool. That's a big blade, by the way. Very fancy, very kind of ornate armor, even if it's just padded armor and stuff like that. I think it's cool. And you'll notice this right here. See, it says, would you like to see more Fey Amazon or Hunters? Post your suggestions in the comments section. He really does run community-driven campaigns. So again, if you like what you see, I would love more of that, but I like composed this way, that way. Put it in the comments. That's what this is all about here. Got a mounted Fey set. The variability here is really cool. I'll talk about that in the terrain as well. But in this one, you get 3 riders, but then also 3 mounted people, and then also a variety of weapons. So you can kind of mix and match and, kind of do whatever. So if you want this guy, raising a bow up high, you could do that. And, it's whatever. So a lot of variability there. And we have the Forest Dragon, which, look at that dragon. That is a cool freaking looking dragon. It looks really nice, which is nice. I really do like that. And then also, of course, you have the, spiral tail, and then the wings way up high, and then, the horns coming out, and then the little tiny wings on the side there, which I really like as well. The tongue is textured, which looks super cool. Just a cool looking dragon in general. You can kind of see the print there with the texture on there, and then the textured kind of jaw and the texture on the big scales on the stomach, and it looks cool. I like it. Very unique. And we got a Jabberwock as well. Again, these monsters are super cool. I'd love to see more monsters personally. I know I did put that in the comments, but more monsters are always cool in my mind. I love the monsters. We have these drow people. They wear pretty much seat belts, and they're gothics, they're like goths, so they have skulls and, scythes and mauls and stuff like that, and spider web armor and junk. And again, huge big old ears, lots of ponytail hair and stuff like that. And then of course spiders. You gotta have spiders. Very, stylized spiders here, I would say. It looks like they, I can't tell how they would sit all down, because they're kind of at an angle here, but it looks like they're kind of all crouching low. They're pretty low to the ground by the looks of it, which really spreads out their legs. You can see how the legs are spread out there, which I don't actually have a spider like that. Most of mine are curled up a little bit more, so to have one spread out would be kind of interesting, actually. Okay, some more lore stuff here, and, talking about that stuff. Okay, let's get to the terrain here, because really, the terrain's super cool. As you can see, amazing. The detail level here with the leaves and the vines, the brick and the inlay designs and stuff like that. And again, all this is meant for miniatures to actually be able to go on, which is super cool. I really like that they didn't just end it here, that it's multi-leveled. I think that's really important. You can see that they would actually go up on the tree itself, which is also cool. And then it keeps going up above, which just gives it a kind of nice area here. They even have a canopy for the Hall of Hunters. Sounding that horn screams an objective to do in a campaign, as far as I'm concerned. like, seriously, that is like, yeah, you gotta go reach up there and blow the horn to, let people know about something or other. I think it'd be super cool. You can see it, by the way, painted. Looks nice. Looks really nice. Okay, so here's the gnarled tree set. You can see they have different canopy styles, and they have different tree trunks, and you can kind of mix and match them. So here's a tree trunk 2 and a canopy 2, but you could put a tree trunk 1 there, so it's more straight up, and then still have the canopy 2, so it's like a straight up and down. Actually, it looks like that almost is what this is, but I think they're using this canopy style 2 here, which is a little bit longer, dangly stuff. But you can do whatever. Maybe you want a short, stubby one, and you want that on the side here. You can do that. Again, that mixing and matching, I think, is super nice to be able to do that. Very modular in that sense. Same with these bridges, as you can see. That again, they're all designed with a little bit of mechanical work there, as you can kind of go up to them, and then you can. So this will be like an end where you get on and off, and then you can kind of angle them and put them around, kind of however you need. Which again, super cool. Got the grotto, which again just looks awesome. A nice little set piece there. Same with the pool here, the forest bridge. I would print several of these. I would think those look very nice. Maybe as like entrances next to towns and stuff like that. A nice gazebo area, and then of course a Fey house, which again multiple tiers interconnected like that. It looks super cool. Then they have some Miremarsh adventure stuff. This is actually like licensed to Miremarsh. There's actually a campaign stuff here, and you can click the link here if you want to go look at that. Then we have some minis from The Frost, which was his previous campaign. That's the one he just got done with, the one I was a part of, where they actually have a few of the minis that seem to kind of fit nicely in there. And you got a little dwarf and elves and an archer lady and all sorts of stuff. Here's just some prints, just so you can see some of the prints here. And the prints look really, really good. Actually, so from The Frost, I could show you a few. This is like the black stuff that I use, so it's all shiny. Probably doesn't show it well enough per se. There's going to be a top to this as well. What I like about the top being separate, again, that modularity is helpful, is here's another one I've primed so far, but the top I printed on my resin printer, and then this I printed on my FDM. I have an Elegoo Neptune 2, so, and I'm not the best at the FDM printing yet. I'm still kind of working out the kinks, but you can see it looks really nice. And then you can get that top level if you ever want that. You could put that as like the resin, so it looks really nice, and it's like super premium there. And then the rest underneath can just be the FDM, and I think that's totally fine. So very, very cool that you can kind of just do whatever you need to with that, which I think is awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at stretch goals here. They have a Patreon unlock where for like $3 you can go and get like painting tutorials and stuff like that. Then they have a lamp set, and the next one will be this freaking sweet looking troll. I love this troll. I love that he's set down the stick here and he's picked up this rock and he's very happy about it. I normally don't like smiling miniatures, but when they're gleefully about to kill people as trolls, I might make an exception. That's awesome. I love that. And he's got the normal spots and a big belly and whatnot. And you can paint him bright blue or whatever you want. He's got really cool horns, by the way. You can kind of see him there, or spiraled out there, and a big old nose and everything. He actually has a lot of character. I like him a lot. And they're going to have a nice fancy kind of stairway you can do there. And then another extension to the boardwalk stuff, where you get to, put even more. Looks like this is actually, I don't know if it's higher or what. I'm not sure exactly what it means by extension here. So that one I'm not quite sure of. And then the stairs extension too. I imagine you just get a different kind or make it taller or something like that. Then he talks about how like the price is really cheap here. So before we go into the add-ons, let's go ahead and go to pledges. So again, $28, you get everything. That's awesome. Like seriously, that is really, really good. $28. The fact that this is sub $30 and you get everything plus all the add-ons they end up doing is a really, really good deal. I paid more for these, which these are a great deal as well, which is why I paid for it. With my money and everything, before I even knew they were coming to my manufacturer or anything like that. Like, it just legit makes some good product. I'll show you those in a little bit. If you missed the early bird, that's alright. You can get this one. It's still $35, which is still a very, very good deal. That's about what I paid for the set that I have, and it looks like you get just as much, if not more, because you get more minis, which is super cool. Plus, you guys still aren't done with the stretch goals. And then you can actually do a merchant thing for like $90. Again, there's an early bird for that, or $120 for the full tier there. Just in case you want to actually print them out and sell them physically. Okay, let's look at the add-ons a little bit. Okay, so here are the add-ons. I got a better view here for them. So again, $30 you get the Celtic Village. I think stuff like this fits, again, in so many different situations. You even still have like these little tree areas here, but then shacks like this, I mean, just fit pretty much anywhere, right? I mean, really, really cool to get that. And then you get a well, and you get some minis and a cauldron, and even some walls that you can put outside and stuff like that. And it says houses come with interiors with swinging doors where possible even. So, like, the door will actually open and close, and they have a little interior so you can pop off the top. Very, very cool to have this. I think it looks super, super cool there. Frostguard, this is the one I have there. So I showed you, I printed out half of this. So as you can see, this is going to have another second level and then even be higher. So it's going to be like this big. It's going to be a big one. That's why I liked it. And even then it gets bigger, right? Because then you have like these towers here that you can print and a whole bunch of like little pieces that you can put together or not, or broken bridges. And for Warhammer, this is like, I'm all about it. I think this looks awesome. Love it. And you got these cool mounted horsemen. Again, same kind of style with the weapons and the riders and the horses, different. And that's just, the Frost, which again has a whole bunch of stuff. Here was the Frost. Again, I backed this project because that's how I got, the Stormguard here, but has some, look at that dragon. Again, tons and tons of stuff, a whole bunch of bases and just little scatter terrain and stuff like that. A whole bunch of really, really cool stuff. Again, she's being included in the new one here, but you get all these different heroes. And again, there's tons of them. You get this really, really cool, styled, building, which I think looks great too. You get all these zombies and whatnot. It's a wagon thing, which looks great, by the way. Love the look of it. Love how it's more than one horse as well, which is super nice. Here's another troll. You can kind of see how the ice troll looks. And again, a lot of this stuff you'd get because it's already done. The bridge, which again is modular, so you can make it. Look at these houses. These houses are super cool. Really, really like the houses. I think they look cool. And again, each one's multi-level, just like the Celtic one where you can open and close it and the doors open and close and just a ton of stuff. A ton. And it just keeps going. These are super cool as well. So that's the Frost. You get the Desert Adventures. I'm not going to click on that one, but again, same kind of thing. You get chariots and, statues and magic carpets and, Djinn and genies and all sorts of stuff. Same with the Asian Adventures. Same exact style thing, just more and more of it in different themes. So those are the add-ons. The FAQs are pretty actually like robust too for what they have, and they have some project info as well. And they're even talking about like, hey, we're assuming, you have this, but if you have it at this micron height, it should look good. And, the standard size that they expect. Feel free to read all that if you're ever concerned about what you can print, but trust me, they've put some thought into it. So yeah, I mean, seriously, the price, even after the 48 hours of 35 is one of their cheaper ones, and it's really good. There's again a lot of stuff. Let's go on and go to the comments, and you'll see that people are, what about a Feywood Swamp? What about a Hag's Hut? What about a graveyard? People would love to see more wood nymphs and druids and, mid-wild shaping. And again, they have all sorts of different stuff. There are people here that are saying, hey, this is, a return. A lot of cool stuff here. That's really, really nice. And again, you can come on here. You can kind of, talk if you like an idea like houses and shops, you can +1 it. They are looking at this and they will, kind of base it on there. If you look at their stretch goal marker here, you can see they already have some planned, but after that, it's whatever you guys want. Whatever the community wants, they're going to pretty much get. I think that's super cool. So that is Feywood. Again, comes from a very reputable guy who's done a whole lot of these Kickstarters. I've personally been a customer to his stuff, and it's really good stuff. Very well priced, and you get it super early, which is also awesome. And it's on my manufacturing. The link down is below in the description, should you choose to go ahead and buy it on this. May as well, because again, it's already a good deal. This is going to get better, right? So thanks so much for watching, guys. As always, I truly do appreciate it. My next video is going to be super cool. It's going to be me going over my game collection. I'll be telling you guys what's in my game collection and why. Should be kind of interesting. I'll have some interesting picks that you might not even expect, even though you've seen a lot, but not all of my gaming collection. All right, guys, take care and have a great day.